we're under a week before we get to the SEC men's baseball tournament, and you're going to hear a song throughout the tournament entitled All Goes South from our special guest from Denmark, the Heartwreckers. Let me say hello to Brock Butler and Ryan Garrett. Guys, it's a little bit later over there, but thank you for hanging around, and we can't wait to hear your music. Good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon, man. Thanks for having us.
How's it going? We're glad to be here.
We are delighted. And listen, you guys, certainly a well-known country group, will be with Tim McGraw in a couple of days. You're on his label. But let's talk about what baseball fans, and I know at least one of you is a pretty big LSU baseball fan, will be will be dealing with next week in Hoover. Brock, thanks. Let me start with you, since you are the residing LSU baseball fan, and I understand you went to Omaha last year to help celebrate. Let's talk about the music and what's behind it, and how did you guys come up with it?
You want to take this one?
Well, I mean, so we're saving LSU baseball for a little bit later, right?
Well, yeah, we will not leave before we get you to crow about that last year.
Okay. Yeah, I got plenty to say about that. As far as the music goes, I mean, you know, being from the South, I'm born from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I still live in Nashville. Sports are a huge thing. SEC sports are an even huger thing. And when we got the opportunity to write a song to be on the SEC network, we were obviously thrilled. So we took a song we already had that was called All Goes South, and it was kind of about the state of the music industry. But when we had the opportunity to make it about baseball, we just had to go in there and make it a baseball song. So that was no trouble at all. You know, I played baseball my whole life. I still play baseball. And you know, it was so fun to do, and we're super excited for the opportunity.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, go
it
ahead,
was super
Ryan.
fun. We wrote it fast too.
Yeah, Ryan, you're from Texas, so obviously you may not be quite the LSU fan that you're.
Hook 'em horns, baby.
Well, we understand. We're about to see them in the SEC, as you probably well know. So talk a little bit about. I mean, I've seen the video, and it really matches extremely well to the sport. But take us through some of the process of repurposing, and I know how much fun it will be for you guys next week when it all starts happening.
Yeah, we got the call from our manager about said opportunity, and we immediately called our buddy Chris Hurst, who we wrote the song with, and we were like, "Dude, we have an opportunity to turn this into a baseball song for SEC," and he was immediately just super excited about it. And knowing, you know, Brock knowing so much about the sport and having, you know, playing it still to this day, it really was easy going in there. We went into the studio. I think we didn't really have to change that many words. We just kind of, you know, threw a few baseball themes in there, you know, kept it fun. And honestly, I remember that session because we were just laughing the whole time. Just, it's always a good time when we're writing over there. So it was really fun vibe. You know, we just went in there, changed a few words, threw a bunch of different baseball terms back and forth, decided which ones were the best and which fit. And we laid it down at his studio, and we got the track back, and we were like, man, this is actually really awesome. We were super excited about it, but it was definitely an easy process just because, you know, the other guy that we wrote it with, we've been writing with him for a really long time. So it's usually pretty easy and fun with him.
Brock and Ryan, when you, this was a little different because you were redoing or repurposing a song, but when you sit down to write a song, I'm really curious what happens? What comes first, and what's the process?
It's honestly different every time, man. You know, it could be someone has a cool guitar lick, mostly him because I'm not that good at guitar, or someone has a cool melody or one line. It really just, it's different every time. In this instance, it was actually Chris Hurst's idea. We walked into the studio, didn't really know what to write about at first, and he was just like, I got this title called All Goes South. And I was like, that's awesome. Let's write that. So it was just, that one started just with the title. And we just built it around that.
Yeah, he's a native Tennessean, so that's why the accent is there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so we kind of took that spin and made it, like, I hope it all goes south. We want everything to go south, and that's kind of the spin we went for the first iteration of the song.
Mhm.
And Brock, Louisiana has produced a couple of pretty well-known musicians in country music. Of course, we'll get to Tim McGraw in a minute, but right now it's hard. We ran into Jordan Davis a couple weeks ago, Lainey Wilson. But let's talk about Tim McGraw because he's pretty famous, and I know he's important in your lives as well.
Yeah, he's a little bit famous. So, I first got out to Nashville because his publishing company, which is a small publishing company in Nashville terms, but they took a chance on me as a writer. And did it have anything to do with me being from Louisiana? I'd like to think so. But they got me out there, and I still work with them. I've since signed a co-pub deal with a different publishing company. And it's given me the opportunity to work with Ryan, which has been incredible. And, now working with his manager, Scott Simon, who might be one of my favorite people in the entire music
He's
industry.
awesome. Yeah.
Just a fantastic dude, a good mentor. He's helped a ton. And then, of course, once we have the rest of this tour here in Denmark, and then we go to Manchester to play the Buckle and Boots Festival. And then we're on the road with McGraw for almost 2 weeks, and Carly Pierce. So we're coming full circle and really bringing that Louisiana Go Tigers energy to the stage.
Hey, guys, it's one thing to play some parish in Louisiana, whether it's north or south, but what about Denmark? I'm not sure I understand what musical favorites the folks over there have.
We didn't really know what to expect. So we are up here. We have a bunch of songwriter buddies that do this thing called Nashville Nights, where they kind of take the Nashville songwriting type showcase to Denmark. And we got here. The first couple shows have been sold out, and they love country music, and they love All Go South too. So
yeah. Like he said, we didn't know what to expect, but I have been amazed by how into the music the people here are, and how much they really care about where the song comes from, and how intense they are just wanting to hear the song. They want to hear every word, and then they'll bring up lines to you after you play. And also, for those of you who don't know, I didn't know when I came here, everyone here speaks great English.
Yeah.
90% of the people here are fluent in English, and they love country music.
Yeah, it's been great so far, and everybody's so nice. They've been treating us really well. The food is great. Everything's great.
Yeah, they don't love baseball as much as I do. I did make a comment about soccer versus baseball that didn't go over so well, but
So hey, Brock, how crazy were you last year when the Tigers were winning it all?
Oh, come on. It was the coolest thing. It was my first time going to the national championship. So I'd like to say that me being there played a part. It could be debatable. Now, what you can't debate is beating the Jello shot record.
Yeah, I was going to say, didn't you beat the Jello shot record at that bar?
Oh, yeah. We were there, baby. We were ordering them by the shot, or by the tray. And yeah, it was a blast. And then, unfortunately, I couldn't afford the tickets to the actual national championship game, but I got to see LSU play, and to know they took it home that year was incredible. And now, watching Paul Skeens, who just made his debut with the Pirates, unfortunately, he got overshadowed by some other statistics, but I thought he did a good job, and I'm excited to see him in the bigs.
Well, guys, we're under a week to the baseball tournament, where you guys will be center stage, at least in people's ears, while you're coming back from Denmark. But thanks for making time, and I hope people will catch you on McGraw's tour here at the end of the month. The name of the song, of course, is All Goes South, from our friends and the Heartwreckers.
Yeah,
there it is.